Hello and good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, kids. My favorite day. Hump day, all day long. You're just humping. California has excellent weather. It's one of the reasons why I love living here. It's supposed to be maybe slightly cloudy for the next couple days, but generally sunshine. But it is supposed to rain again this weekend. And that sucks. Much like the weather, California has excellent civil rights protection. Not so much for the Second Amendment, but really good for the other ones. That's why I don't do a lot of videos on California stuff. Perhaps that is my error, because there's a lot of misunderstanding of California laws. 148G doesn't protect you. It just means that in order to establish reasonable suspicion, the cop has to be able to articulate something else besides he was filming. There's no bright line rule as to how much extra the cop needs to articulate. But the cop can't simply say that I suspect he was committing a crime because he was filming. Maybe he could say I suspected he was committing a crime because he was filming and it appeared to be surreptitiously trying to film children in the park. Oh wow, maybe there's something going on there, because predators film kids in parks, or parents, but a reasonable mind can think, oh well, a cop's suspicion, a cop's gut instinct, his hunch, combined with the fact that somebody was filming apparently surreptitiously kids in a park, well, that's reasonable. That's reasonable suspicion. I know Philip Hernandez likes to use it as a sword, but it's not. It's not a license to do whatever the fuck you want as long as you have a camera in your hand. It just says the camera by itself doesn't grant reasonable suspicion. They can't stop you just because you're filming, but they can stop you because you're filming and it appears that you're trespassing while you're filming, or you appear to match the description of a felon filming on prison grounds. Because in California, felons can't enter prison grounds or the grounds adjacent to a prison. I know. Well, I guess they can technically if they get permission from the warden. So, to prevent stupid people from telling me about the exceptions to the rule instead of letting me focus on the rule, I'll go ahead and tell you there is an exception if you get permission. So for all their bother, I have to commend SGV News. It was an excellent advertising marketing campaign. Hit that like button, share the link. We need to get this message out there so that my monetized video can make revenue, so that my other monetized videos can make more revenue, so I can protect your rights by misinforming you as to why AV Watchman was arrested. AV Watchman was arrested because he had a warrant out for his arrest, because he's a ex-felon who did time in the state pen, and he returned to that state pen. He entered onto their property and started filming. Oh, I didn't know it was their property. Well, shut the fuck up, dude. Of course, he's spilling the beans. Not that it really much matters. There's not a whole lot he could say to incriminate himself any further than the video he posted on the internet showing himself entering prison property. But anyway, he didn't follow the cardinal rule of shut the fuck up when you're under arrest. Every day is shut the fuck up Friday when you're dealing with police. Or not, what do I know? I'm a first-year family law attorney. Anyway, it was a good arrest. There is nothing to prevent the cops from running your description for warrants. if you are making a spectacle of yourself, if you're making an ass of yourself, if you're drawing attention to yourself, there's nothing preventing them from running your description for warrants. They're not searching you, they're searching their own database. No Fourth Amendment violations, nothing to prevent them from doing it. Just like running plates. Cops just can do it. They just can do it. Now, if they're misusing it and they're running your plate for, to see if you're the one sleeping with their ex-husband or whatever, then that could be an issue. But it's not a Fourth Amendment violation. So I hope that clears up AV Watchman's arrest. It is a felony, so good luck, Mr. Watchman. If you ever see this video, here's a piece of helpful advice to you. Don't film yourself committing a felony and then post it on the internet. Thank you for watching. Oh, one other thing. I almost signed off. One other thing. Thinking about starting to do polls. I did a little poll yesterday. It's a straw poll. It just, figure out if people understood the content, if they're putting it together in their head. I think I might do that. I haven't firmly decided on it, but why don't you check the description to see if there is a link to a poll in the description. I'll give myself the walk home to figure out whether or not I'm going to do it. Feel free to share the poll. I mean, I don't really care if you guys want to stuff it full of nonsense. That's absolutely fine. I realize that there are people out there who are going to do it. It doesn't really affect me if you do it. You remember, any advertising is good advertising. So, but absolutely feel free to share it. Do whatever you want with it. It's free speech. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Just to kind of get a feedback from my audience, if they understand the words that are coming out of my mouth and the context that I'm putting them in. I know there's a vocal group of retards in my comments every day who obviously don't listen or understand or care. I mean, they just, whatever comes out of my mouth has to be wrong because they don't like me, and that's fine. I also realize there's an equally large group of retards who just assume that everything that comes out of my mouth is gospel truth. That's also retarded. I do make mistakes. Apparently I misspoke or misunderstood the charging document for Earl's 1985 or whatever rape arrest. Did not say that he actually inserted the gun into the victim's vagina. I apparently got that from the interview with Chief Espinoza. If you go to Eyes of Texas, if you go to his channel and you watch, it's like a 51-minute video, but here's your hint, it's right around the 17-minute mark, is where Chief Espinoza is talking about Earl sticking the gun in various bodily orifices of his victims. So, always correct the truth. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check the description to see if there is a link to a poll. Have a great morning.